What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Today is going to be a big video. I'm going to be sharing my PlayStation collection minus my PS2 games because I don't kind of want to dig them up. But I will share what I have to my best of my knowledge and my experiences with those games, along with the other games I'm about to show you. Now, these mostly consist of PS4 and PS3 games, with some other games mixed in as well. So, let's get started. The first game is Watch Dogs 2. Now, I saw this by watching a few YouTube videos from one of my content creators, and he was playing a lot of it. And it had a great open world, great story. It was fun to play in the San Francisco area. And since I can easily visit the San Francisco area, and it's like the big city closest to me, it was kind of like personally at home, so I got to explore a lot of the city. And it's a tremendous game. I love it to death. It's very underrated at its time, but it did really well. And this was one of Ubisoft's games I loved, and the base game is amazing. Now, I did play through the story. I have earned trophies. I think I've made 85% of the way to the platinum. There's a few online trophies stopping me. But it is one of my favorite games of all time, Watch Dogs 2. Next game that is up there on my list is God of War. This one I have probably played about 7-8 times over. And this is the inverted copy. I have the inside, if you invert the like the outside cover, it's the regular version of the game, but it's a tremendous game. I loved it. It brought home. I love the whole God of War franchise. I think it's my favorite franchise of any other PlayStation game or series, and I love the combat, especially the axe, the whole thing of just recalling it, coming back and forth. Amazing. And spoiler, but I did love the Blades of Chaos. Glad they got those back in the game from a different point of view. And it was just an overall great story. And I did platinum it, and it was a great platinum. Just the Ravens were in the game were kind of annoying. So I would say God of War and Watch Dogs 2 were definitely one of my favorite games. Next is Far Cry 5. I did play Far Cry 4 on the PS3, and I think I played it a little bit on the PS4. But Far Cry 4, was a great game. I loved it, played it beginning to end, and then I saw Far Cry 5. Now, this was a great game as well. And basically, for Far Cry 5, I saw it was a great open world, great boss fights, with a kind of like a whole Montana-style game out in the wilderness. But I haven't played much of it. I still need to finish it. But it is a great. I still need to play it. Next is South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I did buy the first one, Stick of Truth. Still haven't beaten it, and once I beat that one, I'll move on to The Fractured But Whole. This one is a great game as well. I saw a few gameplay videos on this game, and so I'll play it once I finish Stick of Truth. So that's on my list. Next, I did own the digital version of this game, but it is Uncharted 4. It was. This one is an amazing game overall. I'm a huge sucker for the Uncharted franchise. It is a great series in the PlayStation series. Love the combat, love the shooting. Uncharted 4 was good. It just dragged on for a lot of bits, but it was a great game. If anyone hasn't played the Uncharted series, I highly recommend it, especially 4, because it wraps up the journey pretty well. And going on to that, I have Uncharted, the collection, where it's 1, 2, and 3. This one is probably one of my favorites because it includes 1, 2, and 3 all there. And this one is good. I played all 3 digitally because they gave it away for free for, I think it was like the beginning of the pandemic stay-at-home event, and it was one of the free games they gave out digitally. But I wanted to get a copy for myself just in case, like, my internet connection goes out or it's bad or something like that. Something where I can get like a good backup to play it. And so those are the two Uncharted. And then speaking of Uncharted, I got another one. So I have now the full collection. Now, as you can see, the Nathan Drake collection and this one are sealed. I still haven't opened it. I still have yet to play this one. It's on my list. I'll get to it. But yeah, I'm still waiting to play this one because it's good. It's going to be a great game. Next one I want to say this one I got for my birthday. Been meaning to play this for a while because this was actually a change in the franchise, and where EA, I know I hate them so much, but this is an old game, so it qualifies for me as not being as scummy. But FIFA 17, this is where they changed the formula of the game. They made a brand new story, and I think 14, 16, I believe, were all copy and paste, maybe 13, 16. But this one was revolutionary in how it changed. I know it's lower graphics and everything, but it's still a tremendous game to play. So I decided to pick up on disc. Played a little bit. Still need to play it. Next game is Ghost of Tsushima. This one is a good game. I had a friend, or I saw a bunch of reviews online. Everyone was like, "Oh no, this is a really great game from PlayStation Studios." And so it was a really great game. It's the back of a samurai, and I was actually surprised by the game. I thought I wouldn't like the combat. I thought it was going to be like a Dark Souls game, and it kind of is, but it's not really. Not at all. It's much easier. As long as you get the combat, you can be fine. The archers were kind of annoying in the bases, but otherwise, it was a tremendous game. Very beautiful. I need to play it again because I know it's been remastered at 60 FPS on PS5. So that's on my list to play again, but I did play the story once and did platinum it. Now these ones, I did pick up at a local game shop, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. I played a little bit of both, maybe about 30 minutes into one and the other, and their betas, and I think I picked up during free trials and stuff like that, but they were both 99 cents, as you can see there. And yeah, it's a good one. I decided to pick this up digitally because I don't have a good internet connection, so I decided to buy this for cheap and download the games when I can actually get a shot and sit down. Now, it's not my favorite franchise in the world, but I will play it when I have friends and I have time to download all of it. Next one is Killzone Shadowfall. I recently picked this up. I played a little bit when I got like a 1 month free trial for PlayStation Now, and this is one of the free game or the games on there. So I played a little bit, liked it, and really want to play it again and finish the story. I maybe played like an hour into the story. Need to finish it. Next is a game I love personally. I bought this digitally when it first came out, and this was on Battlefield 1, I believe, and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, if I remember correctly. But this is Titanfall 2. Amazing game. I started the story and haven't finished it, and that's kind of a trend you'll see me do, is you'll see me start games and haven't finished them, and just move on to another one, hoping to play it and finish it in the future. But online for this was amazing. I'm hesitant about installing this again because I know they said the company might have been hacked, the game might have been hacked, therefore people can steal information and hack your console if you get back online. So I'm just I'm gonna hold off on this game and install it. But I have played in the past a truly tremendous game. And as I conclude some of the PlayStation 4 games that I have physically, I'm still building up my collection. But the next game I want to talk about, and I got this digitally, so I'm organizing my games here, making sure I have nothing else. This one is the last of my PS4 games, and that I recently got, and it was a game I platinumed as well, and I think I have about 12 platinums. Some of them I have digitally and not physically, but it is Spider-Man. I decided to pick this up. I saw the initial gameplay for it and I loved it. It was a tremendous game. And overall, I think they did a really good job with this game. Actually makes me want to play Spider-Man again. Like, I played the game over and over and over again. The box is a little beat up, but that's fine. Um, but overall, it was a tremendous game. As you see, B. Grader with Spider-Man, they did amazing artwork. Insomniac did a great job on this game. I thought I had no faith in them, but throughout the years, they see that they do produce amazing work. So that was my PlayStation 4 collection, and it was a great collection, and I'm truly proud of all of it. And so recently I decided that when I was playing the PlayStation Now and I saw that they had PS3 games, I noticed that there's some PS3 games on there, but not all. And so, and since I have a bad internet connection, I just was like, okay, you know what? I'm fully invested. I'm going to get a PS3. The main game that I wanted to play that I couldn't really find anywhere else on PlayStation Now or PlayStation 4, any of that they never remastered, was this game right here, Little Big Planet 2. I played the first one on the PSP, and I'll get into that next. But this was a tremendous game. I forgot to get Little Big Planet 3, but that is in the other room. But I also have Little Big Planet 3. I'm playing through it right now, but because I wanted to finish the first two before I get into 3. And that what's kind of inspired me to get this game as well. And this game was an amazing one. And I first wanted to play it initially, but then I wanted to play the first game as well because I heard that was an amazing one. So I played this one, Little Big Planet 1 first. I got the strategy guides for all the Little Big Planet games. All of them absolutely amazing. I like this one, but I think this one was my favorite in terms of how well they executed all the ideas in the game. New ideas in terms of how you're interacting with the environment. But overall, it was. But I decided to get a PS3 and decided to buy physical games on top of it. And so you'll see me have many franchises that you can't find anywhere else. And that was kind of like my initial thought and reaction. I think I did make another video on my PS3 and my whole experience there. So next franchise I want to talk about is Infamous. I have Infamous 1 here, Infamous 2 here, and I'm haven't started these games yet. I have a whole backlog of PS3 games I'm still playing, and I'll explain more about that in a bit. But I will get to these eventually. I think I played Infamous for a bit before in the past on someone else's PS3 back in college. Never finished it, but it was a great franchise, and it still is a great franchise. So it's on my list to finish, and I will get to it. The current game I'm playing on PS3 right now, I tried the first one, the HD one, and I could not bear to stand that game. I tried it for maybe an hour, tried the gameplay and the controls. It was so bad. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about from what I'm saying in this next line, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is where you're aiming and the aim and zoom are the same button. And that is Killzone HD, but I am playing through Killzone 2 right now because I skipped Killzone HD. I'm tired with that game. So this is the one I'm currently playing. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a very good game. And so I'll let you know my thoughts when I finish it. The games I really want to finish first in the PS3 were Little Big Planet 1 2, which I did finish. But I also wanted to finish this game, and I did. I just finished it, I think, like 1 or 2 weeks ago. And it was an amazing franchise right here, God of War. My favorite franchise, the whole entire PlayStation franchise, as you saw earlier from my God of War PlayStation 4 game. This one was amazing, 1 and 2. This is the HD collection, where they remastered the graphics, and they did a really good job on this one. And Um, one was good. I really liked one, but two was amazing. It was amazing in terms of how the bosses, the moves, the characters, the environment, everything about that. The only thing I didn't like was how hard the game was. There's many times in the game I was very frustrated, and I was playing on normal difficulty, but even that it was too frustrating. There's many times where I took many breaks because I could not get through one section of the game, so I stopped the game and had to look up guides on how to get through many of them, especially towards endgame. The hardest, I want to say one of the hardest ones that I kept getting frustrated on over and over and over again. Um, and maybe other people can sympathize as well if they played the game, is you're going into the underworld and you have to pull a chain and you go down the chain and there's spikes coming down with you. If you're not fast enough pulling the chain down, spikes crush on top of you. But the thing is, there's going to be skeletons spawning in waves as you do this, and I think you have to fight it off like 4 or 5 waves. And it was very frustrating, and so I just couldn't do it. And I kept trying, and eventually I did, and it's a great moment. And that was probably the hardest part in the game. Another one is when you're getting to the final boss and you go down this huge circular stairwell path, and there's many enemies to fight. If you die, and like let's say this is the path, start to finish, um, you die like here, you have to go all the way back to the beginning with trying to fight all the enemies again. So that's kind of like my little rant about God of War. Now this one of my ultimate favorite PS3 games right here. And main reason I wanted also to get a PS3. MotorStorm Pacific Rift. Now, I saw that they made a second MotorStorm game because I wanted to play the first one. I remember playing it on demo units back in Target back in the day when I was young of the regular MotorStorm game, as you can see right here. And I saw Pacific Rift and I saw it was a new environment and they introduced new mechanics in the game where if like you're in a lava environment, you set your car on fire, or if you're in a water environment and you have more water to cool off your engine. And so it was a really unique idea of Pacific Rift because they added new mechanics in the game. Now I did play the PSP version, MotorStorm Arctic Edge, amazing game right there. I don't know if I beat it or not, but I was pretty close. Either way, I did play Arctic Edge, amazing game, and I just love the whole MotorStorm franchise. Pacific Rift is one of my favorite games of all time. Next game I still need to play. I played on the PSP. I did have a PSP, and I'll share my short physical collection later. But one of the games I still need to play is ModNation Racers. Tremendous game. I haven't played the PS3 version, but I did play the PSP version. It's similar in terms of the concept and the gameplay, but different levels and more expansive in the on the PS3 version. So I'm kind of going through this PS3 collection as faster than I should. Now this one, actually wanted to buy, and I actually bought it from someone local. And when I saw this and when I touched it for the first time, I was surprised how good this physical game was. No scratches, no beat ups on the case, maybe a little missing tag down there. Otherwise, it's a flawless game. But SOCOM is one of my favorite franchises. I need to play the fourth one. They did great advertising on that to make me play it. So it's on my list. I'll play it eventually. And moving on, we have a game that I still want to play. It's on my list to play after I finish the other games. But then is Red Dead Redemption. And this is a great game, great Western I heard. I know I still need to play it. I tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2, but I think I got in some of the Badlands into an hour in, got like a bounty of like 35,000 and gave up. So I wanted to try Red Dead Redemption first and play Red Dead Redemption, the first game, and then hopefully that will make more sense in Red Dead 2 when I play it in the future. This one I did play it on PS3. One of my friends played PS3 in college. And and it's one of my favorite Call of Duties. Is Black Ops 2. This one was a great game. I remember playing on the Hellcarrier. That was a good one. I think they had the yacht in this one, if I remember right. But great game right here. Can't wait to play it again, and I will. Can't remember the story that much, but I remember the online. The next one is a game I played in the past for a little bit, but I haven't played the full game, and I'm wanting to in the future. And that is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And this one, it was a tremendous game, and still is. It has great mechanics in Assassin's Creed where you can go on a ship and blow up other ships in its time. So it's on my list. Now, some of these games I also got part of my PS3. They did come with the PS3, and I will play them. One of these games is End War. I think I heard good reviews about this. Tom Clancy does make good games, so I'll try this and play it. The other game that came with it is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Republic Heroes. This might be a good game. We'll see. But yeah, it's on my list, and can't wait to play it. Now this next game, it was on my, it was one of the games I played as a child and with a friend. This game was really special because we had a lot of fun moments in this game. I'm no longer friends with him, but he did own a PS3, and I did play this main game with him. And it is Ghost Recon 2 Advanced Warfighter. It had some great multiplayer maps. I haven't played the story. We never played the story, but we mostly played online and against each other. So that was one of the games I initially picked up. Another game that I still will finish is Killzone 3. After I finish Killzone 2, I'll play 3. Because I want to play all these games in order to which they are. So I heard 3 was the best, and I'll experience it after 2. Another game that I got part of the PS3 collection, my PS3, is Vanquish. I heard this is a good game. I played a little bit, started the campaign, and most of these games I did test first, just to install any updates I could, or if they were big in the future. So Vanquish, I did like the style of it. Hard controls to get used to, but it is on my list. Another game that came with the PS3 was Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011. Yeah, this one was part of the PlayStation Move they gave me. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but they have the PlayStation gun. The other end. The PlayStation gun that you can use in the game. So it's on my list to play, and I'll let you know when in the future I play it. The other games I do have, I bought it originally, but it did come with the PS3 when I bought it as well, so I have 2 copies. Is Gran Turismo 5. Not Grand Theft Auto 5. Gran Turismo 5. Great racing game. I still haven't played it. I maybe played a few races. But can't wait to get into that game. It was pretty hard because kept getting like in 4th or 5th during every race, especially at the beginning of the game. So maybe I'm doing something wrong, and you guys can let me know. And I'm almost done with the PS3 collection. So one of the other games I got part of the PS3 was Star Wars 3, Lego Star Wars 3. I'll play it, see what it's like. I'm not a huge fan of Lego games. But I'll play it eventually. It's on my list. I'll probably play it last. The other game I still can't wait to play, I played it on the PSP. I think I played the second one. I don't know if I played the first one on the PSP, but it was Star Wars The Force Unleashed. This is a great game. I think it's very similar to the PSP version, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll see what the PS3 version is like and see how better it is. And then I'll report back when I finish that. The second game that also came with the PS3 was Sports Champions. I saw this in Goodwill a few times. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard any things about this game, but I'll report back on how it is and stuff like that. I don't know much about it, but it should be a fun game overall. Next game or games is I wanted to have the MLB 10 because Kevin Butler did advertise that as part of his promotion for PS3 the PS3 promotion back in the day. So it kind of inspired me to buy these games. Now I think I'm trying to think. MLB 12, the show, I think I picked up for $1 at GameStop. This one I think I picked up at $5 at Goodwill. So those are, and I'll play those eventually. You got MLB 19, the show, as part of the PlayStation Plus on PS4. So that's kind of like my whole PlayStation experience with that. Okay. Next, I want to get into my short PS5 collection. I think I left the other game somewhere else. I don't know what happened to it, but I did buy Sackboy. Still haven't opened it, but I will play it after I finish Little Big Planet 3. Once I finish that, I'll move on to Sackboy on the PS5. Don't know if that's similar, but that's kind of the way I'm doing things. And the other game I did buy at launch when I first got my PS5 was Miles Morales. Insomniac did have a good reputation, so I kind of trusted their thing, but plus it doesn't really take much to copy and paste a game and change a few things, so I knew they weren't going to mess this game up. It was a tremendous game. As you can see about the Ultimate Edition, so it did include Spider-Man Remastered, which was a great game. The only thing I didn't like about it was that Insomniac does make the games go to coil whine on the PS5, and I hate coil whine. So that's my entire PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 collection. And next I want to go all the way back to the beginning where I only have 2 games at the moment that I remember playing on the PlayStation 1, I remember. And I could play this on PlayStation 2 as well. Now I can play on my PS3. Now I have a PS3. But as a triple play, I think it's some baseball game, and FIFA 2001. So these are a couple of games I liked. I tested them on PlayStation 1. They do work after all these years. And lastly, I want to end up with the very few games I have for my PSP. Now this one, like I said before, I'm a very fan of the SOCOM series. So, SOCOM Tactical Strike, amazing game right here. I loved it, where you basically control a team, you move from point to point and shoot people. There was one mission in the game where my friend played it, could not get through it, and I tried playing it, couldn't get through it. I think you had to evacuate someone or save someone, and a bunch of enemies are spawning on top of you, and you have a time limit, and the time limit wasn't fast enough, and I just couldn't do it. So that was one game. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3. Now this one is probably one of my favorite PSP games. No, is it? No, this is one of my favorite. I think Arctic Edge is my favorite PSP game. But this one it's still in great condition. Has like no scratches or anything. And yeah, it has the original manual and everything. Do I have the receipt? I don't think I do. But that was an amazing game right there. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3, amazing. I think I made like 6 or 7 accounts on PlayStation just for this game, and I made a few hacks on a few accounts and got them banned, but that's all right. The next game I did buy, I think I pre-ordered this and got a special bandana out of it, but it was Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Amazing game right here. Great gameplay, great story. Told me it had a fake story about the Cold War, but I don't care. Amazing game right there. And include my PSP collection, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. So this one, it was the original. I did play it on the PSP. I don't think I played 2 though, but still a great game overall. And so that was my favorite. That was my entire PlayStation collection. This is doing kind of a long video, so it'll take me a while to upload it. But I would say out of all the games I showed you, my top games I will play over and over and over again are God of War, the whole God of War collection actually. So I'm looking at all the games. Definitely play MotherStorm Arctic Edge. And on my PSP, I have it digitally, but is Arctic Edge. I'll play that over and over again. I have a lot of PS3 games to play, as you saw, and so I will get into those. I need to finish up Little Big Planet on that, and then, or I need to finish Killzone, but also work on Little Big Planet 3 and get that series finished, and then move on to the next. Because I bought a lot of series, and I need to finish them. So that's kind of like my collection all right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was kind of like my experience with all these games. They're amazing games. I still need to buy more physical games because I have like over 100 and I want to say over 120 games total, with maybe 100 of them being PlayStation Plus games only. I got through PlayStation Plus. So there's many games I do have digitally. And to conclude, let's go over the PlayStation 2 games I can remember off the top of my head. Was Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think that was the first one on the PS2 I really liked. I loved enabling the cheats and seeing all the moves, just blasting through everyone, invincibility, everything like that in the game. Just made my experience totally worth it. And it had like many characters I didn't see any movies from, and so I was kind of confused with what was going on, especially with like Doctor Strange and Mephisto and stuff like that. And so, and then James Bond, I want to say Nightfire. That was a great game. My brother and his friends played that, and I loved the gameplay watching them. What's next? Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, got those games. And a few others, but those are the main ones off the top of my head I own. There's many others I do own from GameStop. I bought it from like just a disc from them a long time ago. Overall, that was it's a great. That's my entire PlayStation collection. And so that's kind of like a little update. This is turning into a long video, so I'll just cut it short here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys played any of these games, if you recommend any others. If you do recommend, just keep in mind I hate anything of a challenge, any Dark Souls, Bloodborne games, stuff like that. I do own Bloodborne right away, just haven't finished it. But I mostly like racing, FPS, action adventure games. Anything else is kind of hit or miss. Depends. So, yeah, I own a lot more games again digitally because of the PlayStation Plus and more games like that. So I played a lot more games than you see here, but this is me building up my physical collection just in case anything happens to my account, just in case. So, again, let me know what you guys' thoughts on all these games. If you guys played them, had similar experiences with them, and hopefully I will see you guys later. Bye.